Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to June's edition of Book of the Month. And if you're wondering why we are having Book of the Month so early when the month hasn't even fully started yet, that is because I am actually ahead in my reading for once and I have finished a fair few books in advance, so we're just going with it. Also, I had no other video ideas planned for today, so that is my bad, so we're just going with it. You expect us to be organised on this channel? Are you new? Yes, but today's book of the month is actually one that took me by surprise, and that is Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. And this is not the kind of book I usually go for. I am big into adventure, fantasy worlds, just, you know, big, high stakes, sometimes magical action, that kind of thing. Give me faraway make-believe worlds, give me characters with incredible skills, give me all of that stuff. But for a playground drama with a murder mystery element, I really loved it. As some of you know, this has already been made into a very successful TV series. I have not watched it yet, so I want to. I do want to, I just hadn't gotten around to it, and here we are. So first of all, let's take a look at what this book is about. And it starts off very grim and dark. It starts off with a murder. We don't know who the murderer is, we don't know who the victim is. All we know is that it took place at a school trivia night and shit went down, apparently. And then we jump backwards a few months to when a new mum on the scene, Jane. She is a single mother, she has a dark past that we do not know about, enrolling her son into school for the first time. Is that the ice cream man again? We also meet Madeline. She is a force to be reckoned with. I love this woman. She is loud, she is opinionated, and she is loyal as all hell to her mate. She is a mum that takes no messing whatsoever, and also has this ex is remarried and now has a child in the same year as her daughter awkwardness to deal with, and she just takes no nonsense, and I love this woman. We also have Celeste, who is just there is one of these in every single playground, workplace, wherever you go, there will be the one person who is just perfection. They seem to have their life together, they never look a mess, they just always, everything just comes so naturally to them, and what makes it worse and infuriating about them is that they're just so nice, and they're so welcoming and happy, and they just take you under their wing, and you want to hate them because they're just so perfect, but you just can't. And that is what Celeste is. However, home life is actually pretty dark and really unsettling, and it can be triggering for some people, so yeah, I won't go into details on that one because spoilers, but oh boy. So you have these three very different women who form this really unlikely friendship, and you're just taking a look into their lives of, you know, motivations. You don't know who could be the murderer, so it could be one of them. Likewise, either one of them could be the victim. You have this dark shadow looming over Jane, you have this horrible home life with Celeste, you have this rage with Madeline, and Madeline or Madeline? I say Madeline. Madeline? Madeline? Maddie. Let's just call her Maddie. Then you have other mothers sticking their nose in, because, you know, there's always Karens on the scene. So it's very realistic. I'm the oldest child, I have three little sisters, and there were many a time when I would go and pick them up from school, and the playground is a very bitchy atmosphere. There are whispers around every corner, there are always people giving you a side eye, you never know what kind of gossip has been spread around, and this captures it perfectly. I'm not even a mother, and I felt so connected to these women and the paranoia, and yet you want to know what's going on, but you don't want to be part of the drama, but you do. But, you know, you don't want to get involved, but you really want to know, and that's and it's like when you're reading it, it is so easy to forget that there is even a murder around the corner, and the fact that it hints at one, the fact that it shows one so early on just leaves you with this constant state of dread where you never really know what is going to push someone over the edge, and the fact that you don't know if any of these women, if any of them are the ones that get pushed, it just adds so much more, because suddenly everybody is a suspect, everybody needs someone to look out for them, and it just keeps getting grittier and grittier, and I love it. Now, I like my murder mysteries. I am a big fan of James Patterson. I mean, some of his works can be a little bit here and there, but you know, overall he's a good writer. Likewise with Stephen King. Give me horror, give me murder, give me mystery, I love it. But mixing in a playground genre, I wasn't sure why I was drawn to it, I just was. Fun fact, I picked this up when I was still in uni, so that's why it has a Sainsbury's book club logo on it, because I picked it up in Sainsbury's on a whim, and it's been sitting on my shelf and been put into boxes when I've moved, and it's just always been there. And then the TV show came around and I was like, oh yeah, I have this, I need to watch it. And then just never did. And then never read the book either, and here we are. It was on my list of books to read this year, and I read it, and I'm actually really annoyed at myself that I waited this long, because it is good. The writing style, the way it jumps from different perspectives with the main characters, the way it interprets children, it's like they're not all just, you know, whiny tools, which tends to happen a lot. Whenever you have a child character in books, they're very whiny, they're very loud, or they're just pretty much non-existent because you can't be bothered to write them in properly. They are all very relevant, strong characters, even though they're only like 4 years old, and I would just wanted to adopt every single one of them. It constantly leaves you guessing, like fun characters, it's well written, it captures the adult paranoia aspect very well, and you just can't help but root for these people. There are points where you're thinking, I don't know if you're the murderer or not, but if you were to kill this person, I'd be totally on your side. Also, it's funny. It is very funny, especially with Maddie's lines. She's just so blunt, and it's that blunt, sarcastic humour. And to be honest, when it is my time to be a mother, I have a feeling I'm going to be like Maddie. This, you know, she seems really fun and nurturing, but she's one of those women that's like, oh, I'm going to smile at my child being a scamp, but you wait till your backside gets home. I'm going to be that one, I just know I am. It was just a really fun and easy read. It's challenging because you're constantly guessing and looking for clues, and it covers some very dark, very real issues that are not addressed as much as they should be, and it handles it so well. I want to go into more detail, but spoilers, so I can't, but it's so well handled, and it does keep the mystery. You're looking for clues, you're keeping on edge. I mean, there are times when things get a little bit too cliche, like, you know, when like the ex's partners show up, or when the child is saying something they shouldn't, and the stereotypical group of bitchy women on the playground that just seem to be stuck up each other's backsides. I mean, we've all seen them, and it just kind of gets a little bit like, okay, so we're definitely playing by the tropes on this one, and that can take you out the moment, because not every single person is, you know, just a trope, but they do enough with them to make them stand out, and they play it to a comedic value, so it's not too bad, especially when the main characters are so well developed and make fun of these tropes openly. It's a good book. What can I say? It is a good book, and that is why it is my book of the month. It is funny, it has good mystery, it keeps you guessing. Normally I am not a fan of the opening trope of, I'm gonna open up with a scene from the end of the book and then flash back. It's like, well, we already know the ending, so why should we be invested in anything if we already know the ending? This does it well because it's a murder mystery. We know there's going to be a murder at some point, so why not tease it a little bit more than it already has been? It's an exception, and that's the thing. When I describe like tropes that I really can't stand, I am always looking for the exception, because not every single one is going to be, you know, a complete dumpster fire. There are exceptions to rules, and I am so glad that this is an exception to the rule. It has its iffy moments, it has its moments that are really hard to read just because of the topics it covers, but overall, funny characters, great mystery, and some great addressing of real world issues, and I really enjoyed it. It is not a topic, it is not a genre that I normally go for, it is not a style that I normally go for, but I was pleasantly surprised and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to reading more of Ian Moriarty's work. So yeah. So that was my book of the month for June, and we're not even fully into June yet, so who knows what's going to come around the corner now. I don't know, my motivations have been, they haven't been at an all-time low, they've just been spread out in different directions, and I don't really know where I'm supposed to be leaning towards. I've been focusing so much on the writing and editing aspect that video have just kind of trailed away, but that is not going to be the norm. I will be getting back in the swing of things, and I might be going back to work soon. We still don't have a direct date. Life is just fun at the moment. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay, I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you are just not going crazy, because I feel like I am. What's this? You cut your own hair, dyed your hair blue, and now you're making origami figures? You're not going crazy? I was not joking about the origami figures. I got my dinosaur and I got my butterflies, and I'm very proud of them. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, my scribblers.